Welcome to Venture Forward. It's the end of May 2023 and I'm in our Winnebago Revel in Anthem, Arizona. I just got lunch, cravings box from Taco Bell, and I'm parked directly between the Taco Bell and a McDonald's on the other side. And for some reason the Taco Bell was dead, yet the McDonald's has people coming and going constantly. This blows my mind with stuff like Beefy 5-Layer Burrito and Crunchwrap Supreme and Baja Blast. You'd think that it'd be no contest. And I promise you, I'm not sponsored. You guys know me. I don't even know how you'd get Taco Bell as a sponsor. But if it were you, which would you go to? Would you go to the Taco Bell or would you go to the McDonald's? And let's imagine that these are the last two food choices on Earth, so neither is not an option. That's no fun. So I'm in the van this week and my mission is to beat the heat. Currently in Anthem, Arizona, it is in the 90s. And it's even warmer down south in Tucson. So what I'm going to do is head north, toward Flagstaff, but not all the way, and then head into Coconino National Forest, which is at a much higher elevation than where we're at now. It's mostly forested and temperatures should be much cooler and much more comfortable, and there we'll do some exploring in the van and enjoy a couple nights of camping. I'm 1 hour north of Anthem, Arizona in Coconino National Forest, and I'm on a forest road right now. The temperature is currently 73 degrees Fahrenheit. So just like that, I went from a hot climate to, well, the weather couldn't be better. I'm from back east originally, and if we had a hot summer day in Pennsylvania, there was nothing you could really do to escape it. It was going to be hot everywhere. But here in Arizona, if it's hot, all you have to do is drive a little and you can find someplace cool. Dispersed campsite is in a canyon, and there is a small stream here, but it's not flowing very much at all. The campsite is well used, and there are some hoof prints around in the mud from Probably grazing cattle. It's clean, it seems well used and well kept. Aside from the entrance near the blacktop, I haven't seen anyone on the drive in here. And it is right off the main forest road. This is a great campsite. It's flat, it's spacious, it's sheltered in a wooded canyon. Privacy seems to be good right here. I haven't seen anyone else yet. Although 5 miles back, right off of Pavement, there were a decent number of campers. Alright, I'm gonna call it a night, and tomorrow morning I'll wake up, make coffee, and keep exploring. Follow the road to the southeast. That's Shannon on the Garmin in Reach. No cell service here, so we have to rely on satellite messages. She said I slept okay, didn't get to bed until late, awake at 5, and she's tired, and she asked me how I slept. It's pretty good. Miss you. Beautiful wooded canyon, just a short walk downstream from camp. I can follow canyons like this forever because you always feel like they're going to open up into a waterfall or a swimming hole or just an amazing view like this one. I probably followed it for about a half mile now. Curiosity got the better of me, but I am turning around and heading back. I left the van wide open and I didn't bring anything to drink. Well, except for my coffee. Alright, let's go exploring. I'm gonna head southeast through Coconino National Forest, and I'm gonna let curiosity be my guide. I don't have a particular destination in mind, but if it looks like an interesting route, I'm gonna follow it. This is a beautiful road and it's absolutely perfect for the four-wheel drive Sprinter. It's a rugged route that'll put the van's four-wheel drive system and suspension to good use, but it's not too rugged. I feel like if I pass someone, they'd be surprised to see a Winnebago product back here. But honestly, it's not too challenging and it's spacious enough for the van. I'm exploring and using the machine within its abilities, but I'm not putting it in harm's way. This looks like the end of the road for this track, but there are plenty of other options, so I need to backtrack a few miles, head north, and then I can continue east on another route. I'm aired down to, well, it's showing 22 psi in the front and 27 in the back. While you don't really need to air down on a road like this, it makes an enormous difference in terms of comfort and ride quality. Airing down also increases the size of your contact patches, and it increases puncture resistance. Windy. The Forest Service is doing a prescribed burn just to the west of here, and I passed personnel. I asked them if any of the roads were closed, and they said no, everything's cool, just if you pass anyone, slow down. It's about 1 p.m. I'm still making my way eastbound, and this is a fairly rugged track, so I'm taking my time, but I'm starting to look for places to camp, and I'm getting a little bit hungry. So hopefully in the next 2 hours I'll find a place to stop. This track has been a slog. Did not expect it to be this rough for so long. Smoothing out finally. It's always a roll of the dice, but got through with the van okay. The van did great, as a matter of fact. But I am ready for camp. Looking for a campsite, but haven't found anything yet. Ruins of an old farmhouse, I think. This is mostly undisturbed. Yeah, I know. He always makes grilled cheeses. It's been a long time since I've had a grilled cheese. I never have it at home because Shannon always makes something better. So, when I'm in the van, left to my own devices, I'll just make my good old-fashioned grilled cheese. It's already burning. Come on, stupid induction cooktop. Come on. Oh. Alright, just a quick addendum in my defense, because I'm clearly self-conscious about this. When I'm not trying to do it for the camera, perfectly golden, perfectly melted. When I fumble around with the camera and the tripod, I'm more worried about getting the perfect shot of the steam rising off the grilled cheese sandwich, and I subsequently ruin my food. Anyway, this is redemption between two slices of bread, and I'm gonna dive into this now. I found this campsite by the lake, and in fact there were several. I checked out 3 or 4 of them, and when I found this one with the trees and the fire ring and the view of the lake in the distance, I was like, yeah, this is it. It's not perfect. You can tell a lot of people camp here, but it's very nice, it's very serene, and very quiet. What an awesome day it was. The first half of the day after I left camp, I was a little bit further to the west. And I have to say that the roads were a little bit more interesting and a little bit more appropriate for the van, the Winnebago Revel. This afternoon, as I pushed east, I got out of the trees and I started down this track. And it was rough. And I was thinking, well, maybe it's just rough for a little bit and then it smooths out again. But no, even though my video footage makes it look very short, this was about 10 miles of boulder-strewn track. And most of these boulders were sensibly sized, so the van didn't have too much trouble, although I did have to pick lines carefully throughout. It was a very fatiguing route to tackle in this vehicle, but the reward was this campsite by the lake, so it paid off. Alright, I am gonna go to bed. We'll pick this up again in the morning. I'm all aired up and I'm heading home. I covered a lot of ground over the past 2 days. Looking at the GPS, it looks like I covered about 50 miles of backcountry roads. If you're interested in retracing my steps and experiencing that route for yourself, my detailed GPS data is available to Patreon subscribers and to paid members of Venture4WD.com. Subscribing through Patreon or through the website helps keep the show going, and I appreciate your support. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week.